All right, so, but what we do have is we also have some screws on here. So let's just throw some round circles to look like a screw. So we have that, and these will all look, they will all be the same size. We will center them, we will make them the same size, and we will set where they're located measurement wise. All right, we have 8 millimeters. All right, let's set that to 8. And these things come up from the edge of that part. What do we got here? We'll call it 5 millimeters in, and they are centered. So let's take some more construction geometry. Let's also move. These are actually in a little ways. So we come in, we grab the center on here, we go to this, and we set this to horizontal, and we'll set this line segment to 5. And there we have one screw location placed. So we have an idea of where these are going to be. Let's just drag that out of the way. That helped us align that with that. You already see that this is got the horizontal relationship assigned. And let's take this and say 5. And now we could do something here also, just to show that you can do things in different ways. Assuming you know that these are all in the same line, we can set these as horizontal. We can also come up, instead of drawing a line segment, we could come in and put a point here in each of these locations, and we can set a vertical relationship to those. For that one, that one, that one. All right, now we just come in here. All right, you can grab the line segment, or you can grab the point and say, okay, this is 5 millimeters up, and they're all done. Like I said, like I said, this is never going to change on me, so it's easy for me to do something like that. Your modeling is very personal for people. It's like art in a way. And we'll say 3.7 tall. 3.7. There. All right. We got a couple more things we're going to do. We're going to set all of this. We're going to set the material to aluminum. Though it's not all aluminum, the only reason I'm doing that is just to give it some kind of weight to start off with, and then we will adjust that. It also gives it a color, because the color is already built into the library. I know it's not 5052, but we'll just assign it as 5052. Apply, close. All right. Now, we got a fillet we're going to add here. And we're going to call that, this looks probably 1-ish, I guess. I don't know. We'll call it 1. Good enough. Okay. Now, what we're going to do here is, just because we can set this as a color, we're going to do a search on Google. We're going to say RGB copper. All right, RGB color code for that is, where did it, we're going to do the face. And we're going to type in the code, which is 184 by 115 by 51, and we're call that good. Now you see it's got some color to it. This thing is made out of Bakelite, it looks like, and it is black, so let's just go ahead and set that to black. Obviously it doesn't change anything with the weight, but it gives us, I don't know, me some satisfaction that it, in the 3D world, it looks like it's very close to looking like what it's supposed to look like. And we have 2 more. Okay, here's a good learning experience. We're going to set this to all of this and go from there. And what just happened? It set the front face from aluminum or silver, you know, what aluminum looks like, which was this color originally. It set it to black, excuse me, like how we set here. Okay. And that's not what we want. All right. So we have some other faces that we have to take care of. But to fix this, let's go back to here. And we're going to have to do a little editing on this face. And we're going to come in and do a sketch. And we will come in, grab that corner. We will go to... where's it at? I can't even see it because it's so dark. Come on, there we go. Man, sometimes dealing with black is just such a hard color. Actually, I did this wrong. All right. Let's exit out of here. Let's exit out of this sketch. Yes, discard. We also better be saving here, because we do have a lot of work invested. You know, that could have worked for me. I was there again, thinking backwards, and okay, I guess we're saving online, so we're going to take a moment to allow it to do what it's got to do. Man, it's 11:30. Okay, we're back. Let's go back here and let's put this again, just so everybody can see what it was that I was doing. Let's also start from this corner and work back to this corner. Now I'm gonna get out of this sketch, and we're gonna take that sketch. We're gonna highlight it. And we're going to go back to insert. We're going to do a curve. We're going to do a split line. And we're going to do it on this face. So, doesn't look like it did anything. right? So if I was to come in here and say, take this color, which is on this face, it's already highlighted. We can go back and turn these colors back to the way they're supposed to be, because we did not want it that way. But you see what it did here. It did protect this up here. So if I would have done this before I had started with modifying this, changing its colors, I would not have had to work with that. So do we also have black on this surface too? I kind of think so. So let's go back in here. We're going to edit this face with that color. Yeah, I did turn it black. Here, let's also fix these. I'm not really sure why it did what it did, but apparently SolidWorks is taking us on a ride. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so here is our Variac, and we have this. Now we're going to take it and put some text on here. So we're going to turn this around so we can see, and we're going to put the terminal numbers. So we're going to draw some line segments. And chain. Where's it? It's actually by the screws. And we'll center those on the screws in a moment. And then this was here. And this was here. Oop, we grabbed that line. That's not what we wanted. So let's come around. See how it changed that on us? So let's come here, take that off. We don't want that to be coincident. We do want this to be horizontal. And we also want this line segment and this line segment to be collinear. These two are going to be collinear also. Now we're going to come in and draw some more construction geometry just to make life a little easier for centering for us. And go here. Now, this is where we're going to come in and so depending on the size of our text that we are going to be adding will determine what this offset is here. So if we put a 12-point text on this line segment should be 6 points, or 6 millimeters, however you wish to do. Actually, I don't know what it is in inches. It may be 3.5 millimeters, something like that. And we'll go from there. So this guy was what? What was he doing? He's vertical. This guy is vertical. Okay. So, This one was 5. So this is 13 points, which is 3.5 millimeters, equates to. So we're actually going to shrink this down to probably like, how about 7 points? That may be a little too small, but who cares? Center that on there and hit OK. Next one, I'm going to put some text on here. And keep in mind, I don't know if you probably didn't pay attention to the way that I drew the line segment for putting this on the for putting this text on the screen here. Depending if you draw your line segment from one direction to the other, is how it's going to place the text. So if I would have drawn the line from this direction, here, let me just show you. Here, let's do that. Okay, so if we come back here, draw this line text from here. This vertical one doesn't mean anything, but let's go this direction here. Now, if I come in and type in, I want to, not type in, but put in, I want to put text, and let's put the same 5. Now, you see the 5 is oriented the way my triad is oriented by the way that I am drawing this model. But it's not oriented the same as it is on the actual device. So by the way that I drew it, this line segment coming this direction going here would then make this text correct, there being the difference. So, teaching moment there, just dealing with text and how you draw your line segment that you're going to use to put that on. Alright, and I did the same thing on these guys. So here, this one was what? This one is 4. And you see that's the right direction. Let's change this to, so now here's where we're going to be paying attention. So we set this to 7, all right? Now we go back into here. What did this just tell us? Look at here. This gave us a units here. 1.852 blah, blah, blah. So that 1.85, if we want this centered, we're going to get out of this feature, go here, type in 1.85 divided by 2. That gives us half. Now that centers this on this feature. So another learning thing. Now you can also use this to set how far that this is from how far out you have this. So let's actually do that, because we're doing this slightly different here. All right, so let's go back into editing this. Let's take this, and we want this one here. We want to butt it up right up against this. So we come in, we throw a dimension on this particular piece of construction geometry. We're going to say, oh, we want that text 4.5 millimeters from the center of that, which will give me what I want there. And you see this all now turned black, so it is fully defined in this context. So here again, we're going to move this line out. Here we can actually take a center, put that on, use that same dimension. If I don't really need to draw all that construction geometry, so 4.5, I just need to allow me to place a dimension. Now we come up here, collect this line segment. This is 1. We need to come in, edit this, change this to 7. Oh, and we also need to set this justification, and that's good. Now we still have the 3 to do, and the 3 is at this end down here. So let's come in, turn this on, grab that point, that way we're straight, and we're going to come back, go here, and that we're going to center this so we know that our text is centered on this feature. Let's drag this down. Let's also now add this, put 3. We got to come in, put this back to center, and change this to 7, and let's move this up a little bit. Here again, if we were making drawings and stuff to have this fabricated, we would actually fix that dimension, but I don't really care, so that's good enough for me. Hit OK, and we're going to get out of this. And now we have this sketch. We're going to come in, insert, curve, split line on this face. Hit good. Now, let's take this face and we got to turn it back black again. So we will set that face. We will come in. Oop. I messed up. I have an extra 1 on here. That was 1, 2. Oh, that was 2, and I even have that on the wrong side. So, need to come in and fix that. So let's come back, edit this. I really don't like how they got this, where it flies out. So we don't need this coincident on there. So, but we are going to take this. Now, this also points out the fact that justification in the way that this was done. Because, oops, we're going to put justification on this side now, because it moves it to that side there. And we will come in, take this dimension, and 4.5. I also need to fix that because it's not a 1, it's a 2. So let's go back in and edit this, make that a 2, and I think we're golden on that now. Okay, so there we go. We have our Variac. So we will save this, and we will call this done for today. Okay, we are saved, and it is now time for some lunch. So, I hope everybody got something out of this, and we can use this in our design. We have our screw stuff set up. We have this. Oh, we do have an error. Our holes, screw holes, are based off of this face. So with me setting up the interface block, these are 180 out. So we can come in and fix this. So let's come back to here, and go to positions, and this will be an easy fix. Turn this off, take this, and we have two coincidences. Coincidence on the point, coincidence on the line. So let's find out what we got to do to allow us to fix this. So here, this is vertical. So let's take this off of vertical. Did that help us any? Let's find out. Yes, it did. So we just need to move enough to get this one here. Take this guy, set you back to vertical. Now we're locked in and done. And we look really good. So we will be creating the schematic symbol for this soon, and that will be part of a future video. Thank you for tuning in on today's episode. If you like my content, please like and subscribe, and we will continue doing this. This video will be a multi-part video because I just passed the 2-hour mark on this. So we will be breaking these up into 20-minute segments and go from there. And if I can cut any parts out that don't need to be there, I will cut those out. But if I can't, then I'll leave it, and we'll continue on. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sopa Dave. Talk to you all later. Bye.